Further up the Naruroro River at Mangatahi is a tiny family-owned vineyard. It started out as a romantic retirement plan growing olives for Bob and Carolyn, then became a family business when son Douglas and his wife Julie got involved. So now this family plays and works together in the vines.
Welcome to Ridge.
The only person missing from this family portrait is Bob, who still has the odd spot of work overseas. And today, he's in Singapore.
Okay, now, the missing husband, Bob, he's always been in IT, and so to become a grape planter and olive tree planter was quite a difficult step for Bob, but he's done it very well. We're very pleased with the way he's stepped into this, so it's my husband again. In his planting here.
Far away from being in a suit in
and
Singapore there, isn't he? Why suddenly segue into grapes?
That was the men.
How did that happen?
That was the men. They thought we had space behind the houses as well, and they thought it would be really interesting to have grapes as well. And the grapes have just sort of taken over. We love the olive trees to look at, but the grapes are the business, really. The olives are the sideline now.
What's it like working so closely with your son and daughter-in-law?
Douglas has done all the work and all the studying, so we absolutely have to bow to his knowledge on anything to do with the wine. I think for two parts of a family living in such close proximity, we do amazingly well. We're not the Kennedys. This is not the Kennedy compound, you know. Unfortunately...
Oh, so we got the wrong address.
Douglas has full control over the whole winemaking process, and it was inevitable that they'd build a winery, of sorts, on site. He makes over 9 wines from the 5 varieties of grapes they have in the ground, and this is one he's very pleased with.
All right. This is our 2011
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo.
Ooh, nice sort of earthy colour. Are you going to join me?
Oh, of course.
So why Tempranillo? Why not, classic kind of Bordeaux grapes?
We could grow Merlot here, and our neighbours do particularly well with it. But we wanted to have a point of difference.
Did anyone think you were crazy for putting it in so far inland?
Yeah, I was told by a lot of experts
Right.
that it wouldn't work. One of the joys that I really have it in the winery is that it's my winery to play. So I will every year have a bit of a tutu with something a bit different. And some work, and we've been very fortunate. As the years go on, they seem to be more successful. So like a rosé, for instance, it's a Tempranillo and Viognier co-ferment. And then we decided to do Sabo. And Sabo's Pinot Gris with a little bit of Semillon to crisp it up.
Yum.
And then we just keep the sweetness by using a little bit of sweet Viognier.
Mm. So what does the taste remind you of?
Well, it reminds me of Tempranillo. What else is it going to do? I get dark cherry. You usually get quite a savouriness from it. There's that spice.
Kind of meaty, spicy note, yeah.
Yeah. Can show chocolate, can show a little bit of coffee sometimes. This one will probably start to show that with another few months under its belt.
Now, you're a car fan.
Oh,
If you were going to liken this, what we've got in our glasses right now, to a vehicle, what would it be?
An Ascari.
An Awati?
An Ascari.
An Ascari?
It's an Italian sort of interesting mid-engine fast thing.
Is it something that I could drive with the top down and the scarf in my hair, you know, and look sort of reasonably sophisticated in?
No.
Oh, well then I'm not interested.
You'd be pretty bald by then. But you'd have a lot of fun doing it.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers indeed.
To Ascaris, whatever they are.
Ascari.
Oh, Ascari.
Yeah. A.S.
Douglas doesn't get round the vineyards in an Ascari, but he can still show me the vines in style. Hollywood style. As well as looking after the kids, Julie still finds time to deal with the office and sales and distribution.
This is Chico's Bodega.
This is Chico's Bodega. Wow, look at that colour. Oh my gosh.
So this is Viognier picked in 2011. I love it. It's going to be very special indeed.
Marmalade and crushed almonds and citrus and toffee.
Very little of that fusel.
I don't even know what you just said.
We love making dessert wines, and I'd be pretty happy if this was the last one I ever did.
This is just outstanding, Douglas. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers indeed.
Oh, fantastic. Lunchtime. So what's in the decanter?
That is the Special Reserve Tempranillo. It actually hasn't been labelled yet, so you're one of the first people to try it.
Wow. That's magnificent.
The land itself motivates you, and
I
where
like
we
that.
are.
That's kind of poetic.
It's what makes the wine more so than the winemaker, in my opinion. In the winery, it's my job not to mess it up.
Please stop
Thank
messing
you.
it up, you paisley poet.
Cheers.
Hooray.